Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. As you guys seen the title of the video, you know this is story time of when I went ghost hunting last night, and I really wanted to create this video so I do not know like what I saw, what I heard, and all those things, and I look like a mess. Yeah, see, this is what happens when you stay up till like 3 a.m. and have class the next day. But yeah, I didn't actually felt like I'm on my rope, like, but whatever. So yeah, I just want to tell y'all my experience at my school and what I did and what happened, and also have some video footage of when I went ghost hunting. I didn't catch everything because my phone was literally on like 3% and that was gonna die on me. Yeah. And so I just want to tell you what happened. So yeah, let's get into the video because I'm wasting time. But okay, so I went ghost hunting around like 10:30, I guess, like 10:15, 10:30, like around that time. And I was going with a group of friends, and we decided to do it at the school because there's been a lot of stories that happen in the school. And if you guys don't know what school I go to University of Colorado Springs, and there's just been a lot going on in the school that I heard of, and we wanted to go investigate, see if we could find anything, any of that sort. And so yeah, so we set out at 10:30. We go to this building. It's called Dwyer, and I'm not sure what this building is. I think it's a science and math focused building. And I know they have like a language center there. If you need help like learning languages, you can go there to learn. But I'm not familiar with this building because most of my classes are my major. If you guys don't know my major is elementary education. Most of my majors is in Columbine, which is right next to my dorm. And so yes, that's another building that I tend to have my classes in. But this is the building that we went to last night was the first building we went to. And we had to wait for a police officer to come unlock the door. We did get permission to go do this. Like, we didn't just sneak into a building and was like, yeah, try to get caught. No, nothing like that. We were planning this. We got permission to do this. The cop came. He opened the door for us, and he was telling us his experiences in this building. And he said there was just weird sounds there's just really weird sounds that are not explainable. Like, they tried to replicate like the sounds that they hear in the building, but they couldn't. Like, there was no way to do it. Like, they tried so many things, but they can't explain some of the sounds they're hearing. And then I remember he told me his partner, it's just one police officer, he told me his partner has been seeing shadows and like in different corners of the room and things like that. And when you walk into the building, on the right side is a lobby, and they told us that if you sit in this lobby and you're really, really quiet, in a couple minutes you can hear furniture being dropped on the ground. It's just be really loud, and it's not that sound like did I just hear this? No, it's like you heard it because it would be so loud. So we were like, interesting. And he said he saw shadows, and then some of the sounds he explained that sounds that they did debunk was the vending machines and anything that sort, but everything else they couldn't. The biggest one was the big popping sound of like furniture being dropped on the ground. It'd be so loud, you can hear it around the building. And so yeah, he told us to take a tour around the building, make sure no one's here, make sure there's like no one here trying to make sounds or whatever. But yeah, so we took a tour around the building. You're gonna see that in the video, right here, right now.
Okay, yeah. So we'll. We will. But once we do a scan through, we're gonna sit over.
Something I didn't tell you last time when we left.
So far, unlike almost every other time you've been there. Stop really quick.
Further away.
Could be top hat. He's in this hallway.
Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, he was first spotted right there. In that corner. Or not in the corner, right against the wall.
Bro, it's so weird.
But yeah, as you saw, we're going through all these buildings. Some buildings are unlocked, and some classrooms were not. Well, not buildings were unlocked. Some classrooms were not unlocked, and some classrooms were. And we're going around, and I think the first main place we went to was this like theater place that was like so creepy. You see this in horror movies, like I swear, it was so creepy. We go in there and it was normal. I was just looking around. I can't really see anything because it's dark as heck, and my flashlight on my phone wasn't working that well. But yeah, we go in there and we're looking around. Nothing's there. We leave. We come back, and we don't see anything for a second. And then one of the classrooms that is like, it's on the 3rd floor. That's like known for its like craziness in there. We walked up to that room. You're gonna see footage. We walked up to this room, and the door is slightly cracked, and it's like dark. And we already knew, like, damn, there's something that's just weird. But yeah, so we walked in, we sat down, and my friend has this phone app on his phone to see if they can detect ghosts. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in apps that can tell us to do any of that. But I sat on the corner, and we sat there for a while, and they were playing around with the whiteboard and things like that. And I get up, I'm about to leave, they're about to leave, and this phone app is telling us something in that corner where I was sitting. And I don't believe it. It could be fake, I just don't believe in that. But they think they saw something in the corner. And I sit down, and I'm like looking through my phone, and like making sure I'm getting good angles and anything like that. And I look underneath the desk, and I swear I saw a face. And it takes me a while to like make sure, because I feel like my eyes are playing tricks on me too. Like I'm just like, did I, is it true? Like, things like that. And I zoom in on it, and I still see the same face. And then it's gone, and I tell my friends, like, can we go? Like, I think I just saw a face. And I look back into the video, and I don't see the face in the video, so it may have been my eyes playing tricks, I don't know. But that's what I felt I saw. It could be just my eyes playing tricks on me, like, you never know. But yeah, and then after that, we just walked, and we sat in the lobby where the policeman told us that, like, they hear the big popping sounds. We sat there for a while. We turned off the lights and everything. No, we didn't turn off the lights, but we were just sitting there, and we were just trying to be as quiet as possible, just sitting there and just chillaxing, And the moment we sit there, all four of us heard like a door opening. And we were like, huh. They were like, because everybody heard it, it was loud, it was clear, like anybody could have heard this. And so we were like looking at each other, and we were like, did we really hear that? And it's me, another girl, and 2 boys. So the 2 boys, they set out to see if a door was open, because we closed all the doors. Like after we left the room, we closed the door. And so we're like checking, and we're just sitting there, and then they're like, no, we can't find a door that was open. So we're like, huh, that's weird. And then a few minutes later, we only stayed at Dwyer for like an hour. And a few minutes later, we decided to set up an interview at one of the classrooms. There was a classroom that's like, interviews here, please take a seat. We were like, that's weird. But yes, we tried to do it in that room. And we're sitting there, and the both guys have their tape recorders to record everything. And so we're just asking questions, we're sitting there, we don't hear anything. And the moment we start the interview, there's like, so we were sitting at the table, right? There's like 2 of them here, 2 of them here. I'm sitting on the other side, like facing the door, and with my friend on the side of me. And all of a sudden, the lights in the hallway, because you can see the lights from the door window, so you can see the lights, it had blinds too. And you can see like a light just pass, no, not a light, a shadow pass. Because like the light, it went away. Like, when you like pass a light, it goes, like the light goes away for a second and it comes back because something passed in front of it to block the light. That's exactly what we saw. And when we saw that, I looked at him and he looked at me like, did you see that? I was like, yeah, I did. And the two people in front of us were like, what y'all see? They're not gonna be able to see because their backs is against the door. But we saw it, and he went out there to check. He went back there to check, and he said the lights were still on, like nothing would have turned them off and on. So that's weird. And so we sit there, and we're just asking questions like, what's your name? We were trying to be nice. We're like, oh, this is a tape recorder. If you don't like it, we can turn it off, but you have to give us a sign that you don't like it and things like that. And there was another part too when like the lights, it did it again. Like something passed in front of the blinds to block the light because it was like dark for like a second, and then the light came back on. And so we went out there again, and there was nothing there. And then my friends asked, this is the part I recorded. My friend asked, was it you that was like playing a trick on me on the bathroom? And it was like a mean trick. And we didn't catch it like at the moment, like when he asked the question, we didn't hear anything. But once we played back the recording, we can hear someone say, yeah. Like if it was like really airy and breathy, you can just hear, yeah. So let me play the footage of that.
Was that you making the noise when I was in the bathroom? That was a messed up joke.
Okay.
So yeah, as you see, we freak out. I'm like, well, we just definitely heard something, and we tried. We thought it was a girl in front of us that was talking, but it wasn't. It was her voice, and the voice in the recording was so different from each other that it could have been her and it couldn't have been me, and it was so obvious a girl voice, because you know how guys have like the really voice. So you can clearly tell it wasn't one of us. So we saw that and we were freaking out like, damn, someone just really answered a question. And so we decided to sit out, and then we go to a second building. This was around like 12:30 a.m. We decided to go to a second building, and this second building is called the Field House. And the Field House is basically a place for sports. And so a place for sport, what I mean is like they have like a track inside the building. There's like a weight corner, you can do weights. There is like baseball, like they have like tents of baseball, you can like hit it, and you can hit like the middle of it, yeah, things like that. It's just all sports focused, and it's a really large room, and it's basically one room. You got the bathroom, in the corner, and that's it. And so the policeman decided to stay with us at this time. He was with us the entire time we were at this Field House. And at first, we showed him the tape recording of like the thing that we heard in Dwyer house. We showed him the yeah part, and he was like, "That's crazy that y'all caught that." And we were like, "Yeah." And it was crazy. It was like after a while, like he was like not actually surprised. He was like, "Yeah, we have heard voices and things like that." And I'm like, "Dude." But yeah, so then we get to this Field House, and he tells us a story about how they found a young girl next to the Field House that was, they think that she committed suicide, but it can also be a murder. The investigators that like went to investigate, they immediately just saw it as a suicide, but there are chances that it could have been a murder. But I don't have all the details. I wasn't there to see. There's nothing. I don't know anything. Like I'm not a detective or nothing. Like I just watch criminal mind shows and that's it. But yeah, but he's telling how they found this girl next to the Field House that was dead, and she had a gunshot to the head, and now they believe that she's inside this Field House. And so yeah, so we're coming in, and he's telling us this story about the young girl, and all of a sudden you hear a sound. Like I'm not sure what sound. I'll play it right now, but I don't know what sound it was. It was just like a really something being hit. So you're gonna hear it.
There is nobody down there. And actually what surprised me is the heater's not on, which usually that thing's on, it's kind of loud, so you should be able to hear quite a bit of stuff. So what about that was a suicide? We honestly don't believe it was a suicide.
I heard that.
And we think there's a possibility that maybe she would like to let us know, but
Yeah, so immediately after hearing that, we were like, oh. And he said he was gonna let us sit, and that we're gonna just sit down, and then we're gonna chillax, you know, wait for anything to happen. And so I'm sitting there with my phone being recorded. I'm like recording the entire thing. I'm trying to, the camera, I couldn't see anything through the phone because the phone, the room is so long and far, like you really can't see anything from my phone camera, but you can catch the sounds on my phone. That's the only thing. Like you can't see anything, but you can catch the sounds. And so I'm looking, and I can't see no shadows, but I keep hearing things behind me. And it's behind me, there's the tents for the baseball when you're like practicing how to like bat, basically. I keep hearing sounds and I keep turning back to make sure I'm not going crazy. And every time I do that, the police officer sitting right next to me, he would hear it too, and me and him would turn back. And he'd be like, did you hear that? I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. And so I keep hearing things around me. I'm not sure what I keep hearing. It was like shuffling. It's just person moving around. It was like I felt like I was being watched from my back. You know, when you feel when someone's watching you from your back, that's exactly how I felt. And so I was like, thing. And the policeman, he actually demonstrated a sound that he hears a lot that can't be explained.
You see here? Every night Steve and I have been here, you hear this down there. Just like that.
So yeah, so he makes a sound and we're like, oh, okay. And then a couple minutes later, you can hear that sound. You can hear it. And it only happened once that night. Like we only heard it once. So yeah, I was like, oh, there's that sound, right? And we were just sitting there, and the policeman, he said he was gonna take a lap around the track inside. He said he was gonna take a lap to see if he can convince her to make a sound to let us know that she's here or anything like that. He didn't want us to make interview. He didn't want to ask us to, didn't want us to ask her questions, because he's having the policeman's having his sister and her husband come in and do an investigation to see if they can put it into a TV show, but. So he didn't want to jeopardize their investigation. We couldn't ask questions or anything like that. But he just wanted to walk around. And the crazy part is he's walking around, and at the other side of the building, it's only one room. Keep in mind, it's only one room. The other side of the room, like really far out there, you see him walking. Like I see him walking, right? He's like turning the corner. He's like walking straight. And all of a sudden, like it will fade away. That shadow will fade away. And it was crazy too, because like I thought my eyes were playing trick, like it will fade away. And next thing you know, he's on the other side. And I'm like, oh wait, wasn't he just walking right here? I was like, what the heck? I was freaking out. Like, wait, you were just here like 2 whole seconds ago. How did you get way over there? And I'm like, damn. So that was crazy. And then it happened again. I see, I'm like, look, remember, I'm keeping my eyes on him. I'm making sure I'm not losing track of him. I see him walking, and then that shadow will fade away. This is the second time I see this. The shadow fades away, and next thing you know, it's like way over here. And I'm like, what? Like, I was like so confused. Like, how does that happen? How do you do this? I was so confused. I was like, I can't. I was like, after the police were like, what was that? Like, did you run or what? I would have heard him run because his footsteps would have been there. But I was like, I was so confused. I was like, what the heck just happened? But after that, he comes back, he sits down, and my friend, another friend, he said he wanted to take a lap around the track to see if he can hear her around the track. So he does that. And this is the part where it's freaky. This is the part I turned off my camera because my phone was about to die. It literally was on 1%, and like I need to get home. So I stopped recording, and I'm sitting down. Keep in mind, my back is behind the tents where the baseball are at, right? And then all of a sudden, I hear like footsteps, kind of, but then I also hear tapping. It was really quiet at first. It was just, and me and the police officer, we looked behind us, and we're like, huh, what's happening? Like, we were like confused, and then it gets louder and louder and louder, and the girl next to me, she jumps up, and I jump up too, like, what the heck? I keep turning, and I still hear the sound that's like it's like footsteps and sounds, and it gets louder and louder. And the other guy, he jumps up and he runs to the tent to see if he can find something. And the noise stops the moment he goes back there. Like they just stop, like right there. And we were like, what? But so I went back there too to see if I could make the sound again, but there was nothing. Like I tried tapping the sides of the tent, like with what I had, I couldn't really make the sounds. And the police was like, that was really crazy. It was like light, louder, like it went up and then it stopped. Like we couldn't. First I thought it was footsteps. I heard like footsteps, like someone walking back there, but then it was like tapping and it was pounding, and then it was just, I was like, what the, like I can't even make the sounds. Like I was so confused what was hearing, because there was so much going on. You have footsteps, you have tapping sound, you have punching sound. Like it was just getting louder and louder and louder for the second, and I was like, excuse me. But it was just a lot. And I like look at them, I'm like, what was that? And the guy that went to walk around the track, he came back and we asked him like, did you hear any sounds that were like coming on the side of the room? He's like, no, I didn't hear anything. Like I was over there, and we like all four of us, the policemen included, we were like, it was a lot. It was like footsteps, it was banging, it was tapping, like it was a lot going on, and it was just getting louder and louder, and then it stopped. And he's like, no, I didn't hear anything from the other side of the room. And I was like, crazy. Anyway, so we decided to walk around, all four of us except the policeman. We decided to walk around the field, the track, to see if I can hear her. Because according to the police officer, the most active she's in is in the weight room in the corner of the room. So I'm walking around. I don't see anything. I don't feel anything. Like I don't hear anything. And the police officer, like, he invited us to come back on Monday night. So you guys want like another video of this? I can definitely make another one like this. And he said when he's with his partner, because his partner has a thing for this girl, because he told a story about like he and his partner came over to the field house, and his partner was talking to him about like, oh, she was pretty, she had her makeup done, like she had a nice dress. And so every time his partner is there, she tends to be more active, and she tends to make more sounds, and tends to make more voices and things like that. So he invited us to come back on Monday night and see where his partner is there, to see if his partner can convince her to make any sounds or anything like that. But yeah, so that's after that we decided to go home. It was like 2 a.m. when we came home, and that was just the fact that we heard voices, and the fact that we heard those noises that just got louder and louder by the second was really just mind-blowing. Like it was just like, I wasn't scared the entire time. I did towards the end when I heard the noises get louder and louder, but the entire time I was in Dwyer, and the entire time I was in I heard that voice, and the time I was in the field house, I never felt scared. I never felt like my life was in danger. And none of the sort. I was most like excited to do this and see if I can connect with someone. And so I never felt in that position to feel unsafe. And I'm gonna go back on Monday if I can. I'm pretty sure I can. But since the whole coronavirus has been affecting every single school, like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make that video. But yeah, so I'll let y'all know if you guys actually want to see an updated video of the field house, to see if when I go with his partner, if it makes more sounds. Please let me know. Put it in the comment below if you guys want to see that. I probably will make a video of that, because it's fun for some reason. Like it's scary, it's mind-blowing. It just wants to investigate more, it makes you explore more. You know, it's crazy how like things like that can happen. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video now, because it's gonna be a long video. I apologize for this long video. But I hope you guys like this video. Make sure to like, subscribe down below for more. And hopefully I can go on Monday, but we'll find out the whole coronavirus and things like that that's infecting schools. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.